Yeah, hi there. These comments are for MA, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT, and you are one of my students in the English language program here at California State University, San Bernardino, and I'm taking a look at your essay here. Alright, so I'll eventually give you a score, but what I'm going to do, I like to do this sometimes for my international students. I'm doing what's called an error correction video. I will show you the kinds of changes that you can make to your paper in order to improve its structure, its development, and also its level of polish. So first of all, here you can do two things. You can use the infinitive. So do you want it to build a movie theater in your neighborhood, I would say. Or you could say, do you want a movie theater built in your neighborhood or to be built? So movie theater, you have no verb here. So you can't say for show, you need a verb. A movie theater shows a lot of new movies, and usually, again, you want to say here, and usually is large size. People come to movie theaters to watch movies. This is kind of, I mean, you've already said they show new movies. You don't have to say we know they come to watch movies, right? Probably don't even need this. Yeah, I don't even see how this fits. This sentence doesn't really, it doesn't tie in with anything really. I'm going to get rid of it. It doesn't cohesively tie to the previous sentence. You're talking about being large size, then you're talking about people leaving the theater at 3 a.m. So it looks nice. How about this? Even though the cinema looks nice. How about offers entertainment options? Many entertainment options for its viewers. I would say here, I oppose building the theater in my neighborhood because of traffic congestion and safety issues, which covers the dangerous people thing. You don't want to say some people are dangerous. That's if you just say safety issues, then we have the point. The point is you think your neighborhood may be less safe after the construction of the theater than before, right? So now we have our introduction. Let's see how many words we have. We can probably develop this a little bit more. In some cases, we're just trying to give you a little bit more development here. So you say, do you want to build a movie theater in your neighborhood? A movie theater shows a lot of movies and is usually large sized in that movies are shown on as many as 10 to 15 separate screens in some cases. So we're explaining your sentence a little bit more. In some cases, a blockbuster movie may be shown on 3 or 4 separate screens since many customers will be going to the theater to see that particular movie. Even though the cinema looks nice and offers many entertainment options for its viewers, I oppose building the theater in my neighborhood because of traffic congestion and safety issues. So if we go back to the question, I think we need to straighten out your point of view a little bit. So it says, do you support or oppose this plan? So I'm going to recast your point of view. Instead of the second person singular, let's focus on the first person singular point of view. Because it is based on your personal experience, right? You need to use a gerund after a preposition. You can't use a verb. So this is very basic grammar. So the first problem of building a movie theater in my neighborhood is heavy traffic. You have to see what you're saying. So it means you have to go early. You have to go where early if you do not be late. It's boring and takes your time. Also, if you have emergencies, you'll have trouble. It's a danger to children's lives. No. It will be open. It means a lot of noise. You cannot sleep well when you are tired. As long as you're saying traffic, I guess. So you can say, I'm going to say if I have to go So you can say, if I want to see the new Jurassic World movie, I'm putting the word Jurassic World in here. This is a movie that's coming out right now, getting ready to come out. So what you want to do is be very specific. You want to try to give details in there. So therefore, if I want to see the new Jurassic World movie at 7:30, I will have to go to the theater by 6 o'clock or so that I am not late. There's no need to do that. So the first problem with building a movie theater in my neighborhood is heavy traffic. Therefore, if I want to see the new Jurassic World movie at 7:30, I'll have to go to the theater by 6 o'clock or so I'm not late. Driving through this heavy traffic inconveniences me and wastes my time. So you need to make the connection here. Say also how about if you say, what if my elderly neighbors has a heart attack and because of the traffic from the new movie complex, it takes the ambulance, fire truck and the ambulance more than 30 minutes to get to his house because of the delay. My neighbor may already be dead. Okay, so I'm developing the other idea. So see, when you bring up an idea, if you bring it up, you need to specify. You need to be more specific and more precise in what you're doing. So I said also the heavy traffic may make it difficult for emergency vehicles to get to my neighborhood. What if one of my elderly neighbors has a heart attack and, because of the traffic from the new movie complex, it takes a fire truck and ambulance more than 30 minutes to get to his house? Because of the delay, my neighbor may already be dead. Now this idea, you're talking about children's lives, right? This to me belongs in this paragraph. I'm going to put it down here. because you're talking about safety issues, so you want to make sure that you have ideas within the right paragraph. I would not put this idea under the idea of heavy traffic. You could probably put, wait a minute. Well, you're connecting it to the traffic, right? So I changed my mind here. Okay, let's put it back here. In addition, traffic in my neighborhood will be a danger to children's lives accidentally How about the increase in movie goer traffic? So the increase in moviegoer traffic in my neighborhood will be a danger to children's lives because some of the people going to the theater may drive too quickly and accidentally hit a child who is playing in the street. So you have a lot of ideas, but remember, you're the one who brings them up. If you bring up ideas, then you have to explain them in more detail, or don't bring them up at all, right? Will be a nuisance to residents who are trying to sleep. Come on in. Yeah, Mom. Hold on. So the heavy traffic will also be a nuisance to residents who are trying to sleep, in the sense that okay, so let's see what we have. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this point. This is just too much. This paragraph is already big enough. You don't need it. So we have 162 words. That's more than enough for a paragraph. So let's take a look at what we have. The first problem of building a movie theater in my neighborhood is heavy traffic. Therefore, if I want to see the new Jurassic World movie at 7:30, I will have to go to the theater by 6 o'clock or so so that I am not late. Driving through this heavy traffic inconveniences me and wastes my time. Also, the heavy traffic may make it difficult for emergency vehicles to get to my neighborhood. What if one of my elderly neighbors has a heart attack and, because of the traffic from the new movie complex, it takes a fire truck and ambulance more than 30 minutes to get to his house? Actually, this is a hypothetical, even a question, right? So because of the delay, my neighbor may already be dead. In addition, the increase in moviegoer traffic in my neighborhood will be a danger to children's lives because some of the people going to the theater may drive too quickly and accidentally hit a child who is playing in the street. Okay, now we need to go to our next paragraph. And here's the difficulty. Let's compare. So this is your paragraph. This is the paragraph that I helped you with here. And this is the paragraph that you wrote here. So let me ask you a question. Which one shows more development of ideas? What you wrote or this one here? This paragraph is more developed, right? This is what you want to try to do. This is what it looks like on the final exam when you complete it in my class. You want to develop your ideas on a more in-depth level. Now, you need to restate the question here. So the second problem, I'm going to say is the So the second problem concerning the construction of a new movie theater is the safety issues. I'm going to put here, if I have a movie theater in my neighborhood, I will see a lot of strange people every day. We need to develop this idea. These people will be workers So these people will be workers, customers, and even homeless people. The theater. And even homeless people hanging around the theater. I am not too worried about the workers might hang around the theater to commit crime. The sudden increase in foot and automobile traffic will create opportunities for these thugs to rob people, break into their cars to steal electronic equipment, so to rob people, to break into cars, to break into the cars to steal electronic equipment, and even to steal the cars when movie goers attend their movies. Two to 3 hour periods. Movie theater may attract homeless people, some of whom may be mentally disturbed, you could probably say here you could say something like, these homeless people may wander into my neighborhood you might say these homeless people may wander into my neighborhood to hurt children. Okay, I think we have it. So how many words do we have in this paragraph? Perfect. It's plenty. Don't need to do much more than that. So what you can do is compare you can compare what I've written with what you've written, and you can see that I've made some changes in these paragraphs. And the main thing what I was trying to do is to show you how to be more specific in your ideas. Okay, let's take a look at your conclusion now. So you have, I do not want to have, this is a word order issue, we need to change this. Put it here. I do not want to have a movie theater, so how can you get more used to the word order? I've noticed you're having some problems with this. Reading is actually a great way, so keep reading newspapers, magazines, and books. So in conclusion, I do not want to have a movie theater in my neighborhood. I'm going to put this somewhere else here. You have the dangerous lives or noise. That's really not your key point. Your key point here is heavy traffic and then the danger, right? Then you can say something like this. I would rather have a movie theater Okay, we have that. All right, let's read the essay one more time. So I think we have your paper where it needs to be. So your score is not going to be that high, I'll be honest with you. You have a lot of writing problems, but that's why you're taking my course right now, so you can figure out what to do to get better. All right, so this is what you wrote here. So you have approximately 270 words, which is not very developed, given the fact you had over an hour to put this essay together, so you should be able to demonstrate more development than that. So here's what you're looking for with your final exam. Let's see what we have. So we developed your paragraphs more. So now we have 479 words. And let's take a look at each paragraph. Do you want to build a movie theater in your neighborhood? A movie theater shows a lot of new movies and usually is large sized in that movies are shown on as many as 10 to 15 separate screens. In some cases, a blockbuster movie may be shown in 3 or 4 separate screens since many customers will be going to the theater to see that particular movie. Even though the cinema looks, don't need this word. Even though the cinema looks nice and offers many entertainment options for its viewers, I oppose building the theater in my neighborhood because of traffic congestion and safety issues. The first problem of building a movie theater in my neighborhood is heavy traffic. Therefore, if I want to see the new Jurassic World movie at 7:30, I will have to go to the theater by 6 or so I am not too late. So I'm not late. Driving through this heavy traffic inconveniences me and wastes my time. Also, the heavy traffic may make it difficult for emergency vehicles to get to my neighborhood. What if one of my elderly neighbors has a heart attack and, because of the traffic from the new movie complex, it takes a fire truck and ambulance more than 30 minutes to get to his house? Because of the delay, my neighbor may already be dead. In addition, the increase in moviegoer traffic in my neighborhood will be a danger to children's lives because some of the people going to the theater may drive too quickly and accidentally hit a child who is playing in the street. The second problem concerning the construction of a new movie theater is the safety issues. If I have a movie theater in my neighborhood, I will see a lot of strange people every day. These people will be workers, customers, criminal people, and even homeless people hanging around the theater. I'm not too worried about the workers or customers going to the theater, but I am worried about the criminal people or gangs that might hang around the theater to commit crime. The sudden increase in foot and automobile traffic will create opportunities for these thugs to rob people, to break into cars, to steal electronic equipment, and even to steal the cars when moviegoers attend their movies for 2 to 3 hour periods. In addition, the movie theater may attract homeless people, some of whom may be mentally disturbed. These homeless people may wander into my neighborhood to hurt children, and the criminal elements from the movie theater may also spill into my neighborhood in the form of home invasion robberies and car thefts. In conclusion, I do not want a movie to... Don't need this. I do not want a movie theater in my neighborhood since its construction will cause too much traffic and an increase in crime in the area. Instead, I'd rather have a movie theater far away from my neighborhood. How about this? I do not mind entertaining movie. Now, one thing I want you to notice too, did you notice here when I was doing this particular sentence, I said these people will be workers, customers, criminal people, and even homeless people hanging around the theater. So once I said that, then I talk about each group of people in the same order that I mentioned it here. For example, I talk about workers here, and then you see workers mentioned here. I talk about customers here, you see it mentioned again here. Now I also talk about criminal people. Now you see this one, this is actually developed over several paragraphs because this seems to be a big concern that I have about this element or this type of person who might be hanging around the movie theater. And then of course I also talk about homeless people here, and are you surprised that I also mention it in this same paragraph near the end? So the reason I did that is, the main thing you want to do is to try to create what's called a unified organization where you state in the beginning your topic, you can even include a leading sentence like I used here, and then you can refer to all those points within the paragraph, and it creates a really tight organization. All right? So, let's take a look. Now, I'm going to give you 2.0 out of 4, 14 points out of 30. This is going to put you at, for the purposes of our class, 64% out of 100. However, I'm going to give you this score, but your score is actually lower than that, I'll be honest with you. You're probably closer to 1.0 out of 5 or 8 points out of 30. Why is that? So you have limited development in response to the topic. You have inappropriate or insufficient explanations, examples, or details. You have serious and frequent errors in sentence structure and or usage. So my suggestion for you is, in order to improve, there's a few things that you want to do here. And let me go to my website here for just a minute, show you a couple of things. Your problem is, it's hard to diagnose it exactly, but it looks like you're having a lot of problems with two areas. Not really writing. You're having problems even before the writing. You're having problems with your language use, which means vocabulary and also grammar. So here's my recommendation for you. You can't really become a proficient writer until you solve these problems. So my recommendation for you is to not focus as much on writing this quarter in my course, but I actually recommend you focus on vocabulary building. First thing you want to do is vocabulary lesson number 3, the ebook. It's about 150 pages. This book will give you some really good practice in building your vocabulary. You'll have reading practice, listening practice. You'll have some matching and close exercises. You can even hear the words if you need to. So I would do that. That's going to be very helpful for you. That's my first suggestion. So again, vocabulary lesson number 3. Now my second suggestion is go to step 3, the grammar part of my course. And this you have to get used to the language more. So I recommend that you take the grammar diagnostic pretest, and then that will tell you which areas in the grammar part you need to worry about. I mean, let's face it here. Let's go back to what you said here. Let me just give you you have there, it says, second problem, it is strange, may dangerous people. You have here, you have a verb here, you have another verb here, so it just isn't exactly clear what you're trying to say here. You have so many problems with your sentence structure. So even if you go to the very beginning, you have, do you want built movie theater again? You have a verb here, then you have the past participle here. That just doesn't work in basic sentence structure. So it seems you need a lot of practice looking at how sentences are formed. And you can learn all of that by going through these lessons here that you see in the grammar part of my course. Right? So those are my recommendations for you. And in addition to that, you definitely want to continue to get as much exposure to the language as possible so that it'll be easier for you to choose the right vocabulary or the right grammar to explain your ideas. Even watching TV, if you focus on news, documentary history, and science programs, that's going to be very helpful. And remember, as you're writing, as you get into your specific paragraphs, you want to make sure you give very specific, precise examples and things to help support your ideas. For example, you talked about strange people every day, right? But you didn't say what kind of people. So I put workers, customers, criminal people, and even homeless people. And then I spent the rest of the paragraph explaining about these particular people. So if you look at what you said here, you didn't really say anything about the strange people. You just said strange people. You'll see strange people every day. No one can say all the strange people is dangerous, but some of them. but you did not develop that in any specific way. So that's really one thing that's going to really help you by building your vocabulary, by having a lot more exposure to the language. It'll be easier for you to explain these ideas in more telling detail. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for completing this writing assignment. And now you know some things that you can do today, tomorrow. You know exactly what you can do to begin improving your writing proficiency. All right. Thank you.